Oh, world, we're back at it. We back at it, world. Like I said, I gotta prop the phone up. It's the best bet for me. Prop that joint up. You know what I'm saying? Put it out like this. Things like that of that nature. Blocking out the cam. I had to grab one of these. I actually got a coffee earlier at the spot I was at. Remember last time I said I grabbed pop. As a matter of fact, last time I did this in front of the camera like this when I propped it up on the bench. Same part. Grabbed the coffee, but the coffee I grabbed was over at what's it called the cafe spot. Like I mean, well they call it a cafe, but it's really a breakfast spot. So I went over there. But then my usual, convenience store corner. It's not really on the corner, but convenience store I go to, they be having I keep wanting to say arpeggio, but it's a passionato or passionato or something like that. Passato. Don't let me butcher it. But it's one of those. So yeah. Anyway, I was like that coffee's way better than the quick one, the quick little americano I grab all the time. But it's weird because the dude started charging me less, and I'm like, I'm willing to pay full price, whatever it is, man. So, but it was cool because I went in the store, got a chance to meet the dog. Always hear the dog on guard duty. Got a chance to meet the dog and pet the dog. And I was thinking, like, I don't know if I got any other fur on me. Couldn't really tell. Couldn't really tell. But yeah, man. Damn. Let me promote that joint. I swear this is local, maybe not. But the Virgil's. Virgil's, I had an old episode on this, the black cherry soda. Really good. Black cherry soda. And that's the only place I know that sells it. That's the thing. That's the only place I know that sells that soda. I'm trying to think if I went anywhere else that sold it. I don't actually know, but it's all burgundy maroon right now. That's why I said from the crown to the root. It's really from the root to the crown. But we're not on that right now. That's gone. So it's like crown. Actually, we spoke about this last time, but the crown to root was more about how do I explain this? Like crown is more at the top of the seven, so that's the top of all the chakras. That's the final step, if you will. But on a higher, let's say we're third dimensional right now. This is the physical, so this is the third dimensional version of us. Once you start tapping into 4, 5, and all that, going up the chromatic scale from C note to next C note, what you want to start imagining is from crown to root. It's like your crown tapping into the root of the next soul, the higher version of yourself, the higher level of yourself, different stories. And it's funny I say that because I'm over here, just staring at like certain, there'd be certain, every now and again, you look at certain buildings or certain houses that have layers. So this one would be like, there's a garage, right? Probably their version of the basement is first, second, third, fourth. Excuse me, not fourth, but like a third floor. Certain houses that are built vertically that have that third floor, you'll sit there and just see the levels of it, but you got to see yourself in the same way. Most people really just exist on the first floor of their living room type shit. But you got to understand the second and third and chimneys and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? HG12, how you doing? Marshmallow? Let me hit the squat right here. Marshmallow, how you doing? Marshmallow, I seen you. You can say hi and hello one time. I seen you the first time. I got you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you being here. I'm chilling right now. I ain't did one of these in a while. I did an hour of Monster Hunter, hour and a half, but I figured I would just continue. What I'm saying, returning to the park and whatnot, and getting back in over here, getting the reps in. You subbed. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I gotta stop bending over, pause, and start hitting the squat. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do that. But I appreciate you. Thank you for being there. Just having one of those days, man. Maroon and burgundy out with the black cherry soda. You know what I'm saying? Grew up on 18th and Cherry. Everything lined up today. Just lined up. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing the bullshit from a mile away. You know what I mean? Seeing it from a mile away. HG12, how you doing, HG12? Thank you for being here, man. I don't know, it's crazy right there. But yeah, it's been interesting, like a couple of weeks. Excuse me, leading up to today. I think like just trying to stay focused on everything right now. My bad. What you say? Am I okay? I think I'm all right. Yeah, I think I've been all right. Am I okay? I'm all right. Yeah, can't complain, man. We just out here. Um, enjoying this. It's easier for me to prop the phone up and then just do the thing. Meet the squad right there. Dylan Moya. Dylan Moya, how you doing? Appreciate you dropping in. Appreciate it, man. But yeah, it's been a interesting couple days. I think Friday, because the library was closed, at least the one I like going to, because it was closed, I was able to just lock in and put a couple hours in. So it was good to upload all these things that are gonna come out in the future and stuff. Can wait what? You are the best. Wait what? Good days will come. Can I sub to you? Here's the thing. So Marshmallow, comment on one of my videos, right? I'll find your channel. I'll try to remember. I'll find your channel. If there's stuff that I like on there, I'll sub. If there's stuff I don't like or don't care about, I won't sub. I'm not gonna lie to you. You understand? So I won't make any promises to you. But if you have stuff, like I said, just leave me a comment and then you can delete it after I find your channel or not. But just I will find it eventually, your channel. And then if there's things on there that I don't care about or I don't like, I won't sub. But if there's things I do like, I will sub. But yeah, that's all it is. Damn, man, y'all hitting me with this. Dylan Moya, be careful with the emoji stuff because when you do the emoji stuff, YouTube automatically takes it out. It automatically whatever filters it or whatever the word is. So be careful. Yeah, you're good. Just be careful with that. But yeah, it's been well, yeah, I'm doing good, man. Realistically, like I appreciate y'all asking. I guess like I didn't think I was doing bad. I had to really now I really got to take inventory about whether or not I was thinking negative or not. I don't know if I was. I don't think I was thinking negative. I think I was just like focused. I'm always going to be anxious for the future a little bit or like what's to come. I'm always going to be a little more anxious about you know just things to look forward to. But realistically, in terms of looking forward to stuff, I got a lot of good things to look forward to. It's really just about showing up. You know what I'm saying? Showing up, applying myself, all that. That's really what it comes down to. That's really all it comes down to. You know. Yeah. I did have like I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. I felt a little sick, but I was like, yeah, let me get rid of that actually. So now we're good. I don't even think it shows. I don't think it for some reason it doesn't show that. But yeah, just be careful with sending those kind of messages that have all the emojis on it, because for whatever reason it's like I don't know, it just doesn't. Just be careful with that. But yeah, it's been a great like it's a normal overcast kind of weekend. You know what I mean? Really normal. Shit, hold on. Cane sugar kind of joint. Yeah, read that, man. For those dropping in and out, read that, man. It's dope. I rock with the soda. It always tasted good, man. From the first time I had it, it's always tasted good. But yeah, we tapped in, man. It's just an energy, kind of a spiritual kind of a feeling today or whatever. It's like a damn. What the fuck is this on? Yeah, it's on. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Because I always forget to check the light on the actual mic. I always check the bottom mic that's attached. Always lets me know that it's on. So it always lets me know. Here, let me hide this for now. We'll just move on from there. But yeah, um, yeah. I'm trying to think. The last time I did one was probably the day I had the 3 tacos, and then I went and bought the quesadilla. It was like 3 tacos, a quesadilla, and then I just went home, and I kind of just buckled down. So it was Thursday night. Watching. I don't know if I watched the game or if I was listening to the play-by-play. Probably a bit of both, and then yeah, just locked in. I just locked in for a few hours here and there, and I pretty much uploaded those files today. So today I took care of that. I took care of all those damn, I don't even know what the word is. The videos pretty much took care of the videos, but then staying focused and whatnot, staying focused and you know, I don't know, man, just keeping everything in perspective right now, keeping it all in perspective. I think like, and it's gonna sound crazy, even people like showing back up in life right now randomly at random times, just like trying to. I don't say this in a bad way, but just trying to show up at a weird time where I'm trying to be focused. It's like I think I'm supposed to take some of this time to relax with certain people, but at the same time, like this is taking time away from me being productive. and getting something done. I got a lot of stuff laid out, and I'm like, if I don't utilize this time, bro, then it won't get done. You know what I mean? Like that's the important part for me. This thing's got to get done. Time has to be utilized really well. That's the important part for me. And yeah, I'm trying to. This sounds crazy. I'm just trying not to deal with the distractions of people. I think someone the other day was asking me to go watch a movie, and I'm like, man, and you asking me to sit there and watch this movie, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure the movie's good, but now you're asking me to sit there for like 2 hours, probably like an hour or two and from the movie place. I'm like, I don't know. Them same 2 3 hours I could spend creating something. You know what I mean? Just getting something done. So I don't know. That's just where my mind's at. Been at lately. I don't know what to make of it. It's just happening right now. It's just happening, bro. Held for review. Yeah, okay. But we chilling. In the meantime, man. Um. Oh, the other thing too was like back to the community poll. You know, excuse me. Everyone kind of at least more than half the people, or like 50, 60% of them kind of agreed to do like one every 4 days. You know, one of these every 4 days. But I'm not there yet. But that'll be the goal. You know, it lets me know that that'll be the goal. So for now, it's like I do what I can daily. You know what I mean? Tap in with people daily, update daily, um, get some work in, get my times of the day right. Because you know, times like this, like one, what is the time? Was it like one? It's like 1 p.m. or something right now. So times like this, it's like midday for people. It's not that great, but it's funny because when I do those evening ones, especially when it starts getting warmer, and like we had that one day, it was like Tuesday or something, where it just shot up to like 74, but then at night it was pretty warm. I got to take advantage of those moments. So when I start doing a little more, when I start doing a little more, yeah, just keep myself busy. Just keep myself busy and just paying attention to time. Again, it's just utilizing time, man. Utilizing time, put that time in. So I appreciate everyone dropping in and out. I appreciate it. You don't know what that means, man. You don't know what that counts towards. Crunch my numbers every morning. Like I just kind of pay attention to like the little number stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some days it shoots up 9. Some days it shoots up like today it was 3. Like 9 plus 3 is 12, but the average I'm looking for is 8. So the fact that within the span of 2 days I got about like 9, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just doing the math. Like all right, all of it adds up. You know, but a lot of it comes down to the effort. So you're gonna see me do a lot more hour-long stuff. And I told y'all, man, I was like, for the month of May, we hit the 2K mark. But body, once we hit June, I gotta get 2.1. So you're gonna see me lock in. You're gonna see me lock in with these, man. The other funny part is like, I'll be doing a good hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? I'll be doing a straight up good hour and a half, mobbing around, if not just talking, just chatting it up. And then by the time, like right before I get to the second hour, before I gotta shut the phone down, you know, with all the battery stuff. Like literally right before it, like all of a sudden, everybody pops in. So it's just like I just be patient sometimes, man. I understand the power of patience. I also did that 1 2 hour joint where it's like 2 hours of what's it called? 2 hours of I'm not even the shot. 2 hours of eating and then walking around. And that whole joint was different, man. That was a whole different thing. Let's see. Oh, you know what's crazy? Hold on, man. Who's all there? Why did I not? Why, I'm just now seeing this. Not bad. I'm just now seeing all these. Marshmallow, HG, Dylan. My bad. Cash. Let me know if you're still there, Cash. I'm just now seeing all this. Let me hit the squat. Who is this? People coming. Oh, sorry. Hello, hello. Fuzzy. So Fuzzy's back and Cash was there. Man, let me know who's still there, man. I don't know why the chat didn't update. But Cash, let me know if you're still there. Damn, I didn't even see the chat. It didn't update for me. I gotta scroll it, but my bad. Now we're at the bottom, so everything should show. Let me know just let me know who's here with me. Damn. I didn't even see Cash leave a message. You know where my chat was still at? It was at the part where right here. It's like a hidden message. Yeah, Fuzzy, how you doing, man? Fuzzy, it's good to have you here. Cash, thank you for dropping in. If you drop back in later, Marsh, thank you for dropping in. I don't know bro. You doing all this weird "I love you" stuff. I don't know who you are, but that's weird, bro. I don't know what's going on there. I could not tell you. I could not tell you. Fuzzy head is here, bro. I did not see the chat. My bad. I'm talking all this yan and over here. I just didn't even see it. But yeah, hey man, that's I don't know, that's good or bad. I don't know. Here, hold on. Let me just address this while we're here. Fuck it, because I'm just now seeing the chat. Why is it? Why is it just no subs for subs, please? Oh yeah, okay. See, how am I not seeing this? We out in nature, yeah. We out in nature, Cash. If you're still there, are I going to a late stream? I might, Fuzzy. That's what I'm thinking. If you want me to, I'm gonna try to. The thing is tomorrow's Mother's Day, so for Mother's Day, I want to wake up early. So we'll see how long I stay out. I mean, I might if I do it, it'd probably be around like 9 or something. Like I don't know what time the games are today. I want to watch the games first, and then actually I don't even know. There's probably like 2 games. 'Cause there's one around like now. Actually, it's happening right now, 12 something. I think it's the Warriors. Ooh, I think it's the Warriors, and then later on, I think it's New York and Celtics for the evening game. So I want to watch those, and then after that, I want to just kind of go ahead and what's it called? Maybe I'll go out. We'll see tonight. Yeah, that's what I'm saying tonight. What time zone are you on, man? What time zone are you on? See, I'm very mindful because conveniently, it's best if I do it around 10 or 11. That's just me, or 10 or 11 over here. But then for those that are on the East Coast, you guys would be like 2 a.m. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like 1 or 2 a.m. So that's the issue. So tomorrow's Mother's Day. I want to wake up early. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to go visit my mom's grave, and then I have the Beyblade stuff going on Sunday, or later on. 3:41, bro. I don't even. I can't even check the time right now. Just let me know what coast you're on, or like what time zone that is. I'm on Pacific. I'm on Pacific time, so I don't even know what time it is, bro. I'm assuming if it's 3:41, it's 1:41. So like, I'm assuming you're 2 hours ahead. That's my assumption at least. I think you're like, what is that shit, bro? Central? Yeah, Central time zone. But yeah, that's what it is. And it's crazy. I really thought about going to one of my new favorite spots, but I already grabbed coffee. I would just grab like a little Danish. But if I get like straight up black coffee and then a soda, I think I'm alright. I got all these damn napkins on me and shit. Thing got tore up, man. But yeah, I can't even check the time. I guess I could. I just don't feel like swiping the screen. But yeah, damn, I'm just now seeing the messages. I gotta remember to scroll all the way to the top. I mean, scroll all the way to the bottom because everything goes bottom. So I guess when I touched the screen, it kept it still. That's for me to learn. I gotta remember shit like that because it was updating. It just wasn't showing me. You know what I mean? Oh shit. Yeah, man, it's pretty chill, man. It's pretty chill today. I got kind of tired of just holding the phone, so that's why I just propped the shit up on the bag, and then like like last time I had a coffee cup in my hand, I was just mobbing around, you know. But it's one of them days, man. One of them days, man. Crown to the root. You know what I mean? It's really just about elevating to the next level, next floor, man. That's all it is, really. Favorite food? That's tough, man. Ah, man, I gotta think about that. I gotta really think about that. It's really just like chow mein. You know what I'm saying? Any like noodles that doesn't have to deal with the broth. I think that's what I'm kind of for. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, you can have pancit, you can have pad thai, you can have pad ki mao, and those are all good. Don't get me wrong. But I just feel like chow mein, for whatever reason, always hits a spot. But it has to be a certain type of noodle, cooked a certain way, and a certain amount of vegetables. But I must always say chow mein. Ever since I was a kid, I love chow mein, bro. It was something about it. But see, people started serving that other, like, it seemed like a healthier version. And I was like, bro, this ain't the golden noodles I'm used to. So I don't know how I feel about this. But nonetheless, it's still good. It just wasn't like my favorite thing. But there's a certain type of chow mein I like. Certain type of restaurants make it. There's like 2 restaurants I go to specifically because they make it a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Golden, crispy kind of noodles with like you could do like beef or chicken. You know, usually it's safe to do chicken, but if you get beef, just understand that's just gonna be digesting like 24 hours kind of thing. It's gonna sit in your stomach for a while. Unless you're really healthy, and even then, it's you know, there's a lot of healthy people like boxers and stuff that they don't eat beef because it sits in the body for a long time. So you got to be mindful of stuff like that. You know what I mean? I haven't ate at all this morning. All I had was a coffee. Right now, I got this soda. That's what got me thinking I should probably go over there and buy me a Danish. But I don't need to be spending any more money. Like realistically, it's not a lot of money. Like I'm not spending like a whole $20 or nothing. But just nonetheless, I don't feel like it's good for me to be spending it. Let me make sure. Hold on. Okay, we're at the bottom. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's a tough one, man. Because like I think chow mein is like the best baseline for me for whatever reason. And then the thing is, sometimes I go through phases where I just love eating cheeseburgers and hamburgers and shit. So I'll be having that. I'll be having moments like that. You know what I mean? Um, and then there's another moment where I kind of just went through like what was it called this Ethiopian restaurant I used to go to, and they would make these things called Wonder Fries, and it was like fries with like beef in there, and then also all these other ingredients and spices. They had like these like Ethiopian spices in there and shit like that, just all different spices. And I would eat it. You just eat it with a fork. I might have to go back there and get some because I used to eat that and then have like drink like 3 or 4 cocktails when I used to drink, just doing the most. You know what I'm saying? So I used to do that shit. But then that I went through that phase where I was just eating like fries. Pretty much if you had like Greek fries or like any type, you know, like cheesy fries, anything that you eat with like a fork, just sitting there picking through it. I went through a phase like that, but realistically, I think the best baseline is probably some form of chow mein, some form of noodles. Be hella good for me for some reason. And I ain't talking about broth, like no soup, just straight up like fried noodles. You know what I mean? I think everyone likes that, but it comes down to what degree. But yeah, I'm kind of rambling about that at this point. But yeah, elevating, man. That's it, man. That's where I'm at right now in life. All right, we tapped in, man. You can talk to me today if you want to, but just understand, man. We tapped in right now with self. You know what I mean? However that look, however that sound, we tapped in with self. Just tapped in. You know what I mean? Consuming oxygen and nature and all that, man. All that good shit, man. Tap in with nature, man. Get outside today. Do what I'm on, bro. Just tap in with nature, man. Just tap in real quick, man. Funny, because I'm like, what's going on? Okay. I don't know. People doing some other over there. Doing some other right now. Favorite video game? I mean, I don't know, man. That's tricky. Because right now, like, just because I'm playing Monster Hunter, it's probably the most addictive one. But, you know, Monster Hunter always makes you feel like you're far behind. But it also makes you feel like you're, because you do something consistently, it makes you feel like you're right on track. So Monster Hunter has that feeling, and it's an interactive. As you can see, I play a lot of like one player RPG kind of games, and you'll see me post a little more of that. Like games you could probably play with like one hand. You just sit there and just have one hand while you're eating a snack. Like I've done that before. So the thing about it is like because I'm so used to playing those, I do like the ones where you're forced to use both hands and stay interactive. You know what I mean? Well, welcome back, Marshmallow. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Appreciate you being here, Marshmallow. But yeah, that's so I don't know. Right now, it's probably Monster Hunter Wilds, like the newest Monster Hunter. That's probably my favorite one. I'll say that as of today, but you know, there's some games like there's some eras of games where like you just play it all the time. Like when I used to go to my friend's house all the time, I used to just leave my game systems at his house because I was like, bro, I'd be playing shit at the house like one player games, but a lot of the games that we like to play together, I would just leave the game systems at his house because we'd all convene at his house. And I'd bring like a Nintendo 64, GameCube, or something. We just play Smash Bros. So some eras it's just more about Smash Bros. Some areas it's more about Dragon Quest Nine because like me and two other friends can co-op play it and enter each other's worlds and do missions. And then some days it's some days in some areas it's Monster Hunter. So it just really depends. But as of right now, I will say Monster Hunter Wilds, bro. It's been hitting right now. What's the console? I'm playing on Steam. I'm playing on Steam right now. So yeah, if you get a Steam like on the laptop, if you have like a gaming laptop, or even better, if you have like a tower that either you've constructed yourself or like a my cousin is like that. He constructs his own towers. So if you make your own towers and stuff, you can play your own stuff. My bad. Who is this? That's the same. I'm looking at the same messages. Same messages. But yeah, if you get a Steam, some people get a Steam Deck, because it's convenient to walk around with the handheld system. It's kind of like a Switch, but it's like a better version of the Switch because Steam has like damn near everything, and then they don't have all those weird "Oh, we're gonna try to price you out with 70, $80, $90 games and shit like that." So Steam is probably like the way to go. PC, I didn't see PC taking over like this because the original PC days were like what? They probably had like what the fuck is that game called with the? I forgot what that shit was called. Skyrim. So like games like Skyrim and shit were probably best played on PC. There's a lot of games that were really best played on PC, and then like they really started converting all different types of stuff to that, because for them to work under Sony and PlayStation, for them to work under Microsoft and Xbox, Nintendo, and then like all those other companies around there, it was probably too much of a hassle. And I was like, "Bro, we could just be like straight up indie developers." A lot of indie developers ended up transferring to Steam and then just uploading their files and like doing all the logistical software related stuff. And it's, that's where the world was heading there anyway, because people were just having their phones out. You go to the App Store, you go to the Apple Store, App Store. What's the other one? Yeah, Android and App, whatever they have, iOS and all that. All those different games are just indie created. So people were just like, man, let me just go direct to consumer. Let me stop trying to go through these other three main things. And that's why like PC is kind of taken over, because PC allows things like Steam, which is pretty much just like the hub, but then allows people to just be their thing. You know what I'm saying? So I would encourage people to all get like a Steam account, then get like a Steam Deck. That's what I want. I want a Steam Deck in the long run, because it does come with like a what do you call that shit? The little charging dock. I think it comes with something similar to that, but I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, you can do things a lot more with Steam. It's a lot more flexible. It's a lot more versatile, I would say. Yeah, I'm just doing that right now. Other than that, I play the Switch at the house, and if it's not the Switch, then like I have the. That's why right now I have the AV cables plugged into my HDMI converter, and the HDMI converter is hooked up to the Elgato screen capture, and that's why you see all that Dragon Warrior Monsters 2. All that gameplay is coming out Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. That's my schedule right now. I'm dropping 3 Dragon Warrior Monster games or game footages 3 times a week until the first week of June. First week of June, you'll start seeing them every day. It's gonna knock out in prime time, or it'll show up on prime time, I should say. Do I got a job? Nope. Then we talked about this last time, Fuzzy. Don't got a job. I'm kind of looking, but that's what I'm saying. In this time period that I don't have the job, that's why you see me doing so much. That's why you see me on live all the time. That's why you see me uploading all the time. That's why you see me like doing. If I'm not doing this, I'm doing the Monster Hunter. If I'm not doing Monster Hunter or this, and you see me just at home crunching down the time, because I have a lot of hours to myself. But specific jobs I was supposed to get last month, but the reason why I didn't get the job last month was because SoccerCon was in the middle of April. I was like, let me get past the convention first. Let me get all that stuff going, and then after the convention time, I'm gonna try to lock in and look for a job. But the same jobs I had saved and looked for, they weren't there and they weren't available anymore. So yeah. What's your dream job? My dream job is no job. What? I don't know about people who have dream jobs. Like, but hold on, we also got to say this. Like, are you like when you're saying job? Are you saying what's your dream company or like place to work at? Is that what you're asking? You know what I mean? Nobody's back. What's going on? Nobody. Nobody. How's it going, man? Nobody is back. That's crazy. How you been, man? This the same nobody, right? It has to be. It's got to be the same one. But yeah, man. Yeah, and there was like weeks ago where I was referencing you with somebody, and then I was like, I haven't heard from nobody in a while, but hopefully everything's been good. Yeah. Yeah, man. I was at living the life. You've been living the life. That's what I like to hear, man. I'm doing my best to live the life too, man. I've been doing all right too, realistically. When I really take inventory of it, a lot of my worries are just being anxious of the future, just a little anxious of life sometimes. But when I really take inventory of like what's happening in front of me and what's around me, I have nothing but gratitude. So I have a lot to be thankful for. A lot to be thankful for and a lot to be happy about. But I also want to buckle down and like, hey man, you have a lot of time ahead of you. I just want to utilize it. So like it's a mix of fearful and focused, which is probably the best way for me to live. That's the best way to live, to be fearful and focused. Because to be fearful and then like just sit there is bad. But to be fearful but actually focus on stuff, I feel like I'm getting stuff done as much as I'm examining things thoroughly. But that's just where I'm at. That's where I'm at, man. In terms of the job stuff, like back to what who was this Fuzzy? Back to what Fuzzy was saying. I mean, realistically, like I need something that's works well with my time. So I have a lot of convenience and leverage that I can utilize right now. I had it before my last job too, but then when they kept on asking me to do more hours, and more hours, I realized how much that ate up at me because I'm always gonna be the willing person to like, hey, I'm looking out for my team. I want to work hard for my team. I'm always gonna want to do overtime for them. But I didn't realize how much that shit was stressing my body and my mental out, and it was also stressing my body and mental out to the point where I almost wanted to hurt somebody. And I was like, yeah, this ain't good. I need to get back to the schedule that I asked for and stick to it. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to do a lot of work for other people so that way we didn't feel behind and we weren't like hurting for time and energy and stuff. So I took up a lot of work and I took care of a lot of people at my job or just especially in my department. The roadie's in the house. How you doing, roadie? Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate it. You know, that's where I'm at with it. But yeah, really interesting, man. I just think about like but yeah, in hindsight, what I'm saying is at the time I was just upset. I was just whatever. I was beefing with shit. But in hindsight, I'm like I'm able to look back and kind of just say like, you know what, man, during that time period, if I really take inventory of who I was, like, yeah, I'm always gonna have certain people's backs. People in my departments, I feel like we were overlooked. You know what I'm saying? People in my department, we were overlooked and overutilized. So we were the thankless department because like you got to remember something. I used to work in healthcare, and this is the job I was speaking about specifically. When I was working in healthcare, there was a time where I worked there, and like a year later, the pandemic had happened. So then pandemic happened, and all these departments were getting free food from like vendors. Vendors were sending people free food. So the thing was, our department is like in the same umbrella as like EVS, which is environmental services, right? So every now and again, people wouldn't come to us directly, but the people that we were managed and supervised under, they would just be like, "Hey, we have snacks and we have food for you guys." So we weren't being given the food directly; it was given to our our umbrella group, and then the umbrella group had to pass it down to us. So we always got some hand me down shit. We were always getting some hand me down shit. And the funny thing was, every single department in the whole fucking building, they all got these little like big old, it's like these whiteboards, these giant whiteboards, and then people are like doing thank you, this department, thank you that department, and people are doing little thank you bulletin boards for everybody, every single department, putting glitter on it, writing notes, writing love, heartfelt notes, and all that shit. In our department, with all three or four of us, we were just sitting there in the fucking corner. We were like sandwiched inside of materials and distribution, so they could never find us. We were in underneath the umbrella of EVS, so we were never accounted for. You know what I'm saying? We were never recognized, but they just seen us around. And every now and again, like it took years for people to realize that. And it also took me some years to realize because I was talking shit about it the whole time. So then nurses on every floor started going, "Hey, thank you guys." Every time we'd come by, they were like, "Thank you guys." And it was like it used to feel like 2 years, 3 years too late. But nonetheless, I felt the love at some point. But I was like, man, it's crazy because when you start getting your flowers, that's when shit really gets crazy. And they keep asking you to do a lot. They keep asking you to be somebody at this job. And I was like, bro, we've been doing it all these years, this whole time. You know what I'm saying? We getting these raises that we deserve a little more. We deserve these bonuses, but our supervisor, whatever they say about him, people had a lot of bad things to say about him, but he looked out for us, man. Like he recognized who the fuck we were down in our department. He recognized our 4-man team, and he really looked out for us. Him and all the other managers that did their best, they would be like, you know what, man, we see y'all down there, and nobody says shit to y'all. Some of you guys are kind of intimidating, but y'all get the job done, and y'all, you know, people want to argue with you guys, asking for a whole lot. And you guys are already busting your ass all over. Like, think about it, it's 4 of us covering a 6-story hospital on different floors, and then there's 2 other towers you have to manage, plus a basement floor where the surgeries are happening. So we were doing all this shit, and we was, I was always on the mind of like, you know what, man, my team ain't getting that much. love and respect sometimes. Maybe one dude is because he's like this old white dude that was he's social with everybody, so everyone liked him, but he would never get his job done. He's like a goofball, but he's a good person. Don't get me wrong, but he's just a goofball as a worker. But it's funny because like bro, we're getting shit done, and I was like, you know what, man, I know that this dude who's not gonna do his job, I'm gonna have to cover for him or cover the shit that he's not gonna do because his ass is gonna want to go home. Like, he's too old to be doing the job, but here he is just milking this shit. I'm like, bro, if we had another person that was like really manageable about this shit, we'd be getting this shit done smooth, and we wouldn't be breaking our backs. So, like I said, one of my coworkers had a surgery on the shoulder, and he's a veteran and everything. He's a veteran. He's a he's a I don't know how to explain it. He had to get it on both shoulders. So when he got his surgery, I'm like, don't worry about it, man. I'm gonna cover your hours. Took care of his hours. He came back in, locked in again. He had to get surgery on the next one. I was like, don't worry, I got you. So then he's out for a while. He injures himself. He's out for another 5, 6 months. I'm like, no, I don't care. I'm gonna lock in. I'm gonna take care of it because the days that I was out and the days that I had issues taking care of certain floors, he took care of it and helped me out. So we used to help each other out back and forth. So I'm like, while he's out, I'm gonna help him out. Whole time I'm busting my ass. Other people are there not trying to help out. Other people are there not trying to apply themselves as well. And it's just like, or excuse me, the other departments that weren't trying to help us help them, and it just became a whole issue. And I was like, bro, this shit really eating at me. I started to find out. That's the whole other thing though. Your phone is at 4%. Probably have to go. All right, Fuzzy. You know where I'm at. You know where to find me. But yeah, it was a really interesting thing. So it let me know, like, as a team player and whatnot, I'm always gonna be tapped in, and I'm always gonna be available. But I think when I took time off, obviously there's a little bit of a anxiety and depression mixing with that, with all them feelings. But when I was doing this shit, I realized how much I was like, yeah, that same energy I would apply at work, I got to start doing it for myself. So you see me doing this like damn near every day, as much as I can. So I'm trying to get something in, man. Trying to get some type of work in. But yeah, it was crazy. Fuck, man. You know what I mean? So it was, I used to not let shit bother me. Excuse me. I used to just lock in, do the job, get the shit done, and then every now and again, a bitch would sit there, roll her eyes and talk some shit, whatever. And I say that as whatever. And I'd be like, man, ignore them people, man, because they losers at the end of the day. They got to go home and deal with themselves, and they want to take that energy out over here in the workplace. But I just knew at some point, the more it compounded, the more the negativity compounded. I was like, the more people want to try to play with me, like I'm something to be playful with, I'm about to knock somebody the fuck out. So when that energy started to compound as well, that's when I knew I was like, I gotta go. I can't be here because being at work was just like the feeling of being at work is me understanding and me knowing like, hey man, I I'm away from the shit and I'm trying to avoid, whether that be illegal activity or just some negative shit. Here I am at work being productive and I'm utilizing that time and investing it, you know what I'm saying, in the best way. But then here we had people just in the proximity being negative and disrespectful. So it's just sad. Also, rest in peace to my homie Sahil. He used to work with us, man. This motherfucker died, and then I'm trying to figure out trying to figure out more information about him. I started calling people, and one of the dudes that I called, he's still working at the same workplace. And I called him, and we were on phone tag back and forth because I was doing some shit. I was on the phone with people. I was spending time with people that day, and then we kind of just kept phone tagging. When I finally got home and called him, because he's still at the job, I was like, "Hey, man." Right when he picked up, he said, "Man, I already know what you're about to ask me." I was like, "Damn, so what do you know about it?" And he started telling me how the story of how he died, and like I heard the same story too from a lady that worked in the union that was letting me know. She texted and let me know randomly. She was like, I hate to text you at a bad time, but I don't know if you found out the bad news. Our brother Sahil had died, and da da da. She's telling me all this shit, and I was like, damn. So she's telling me the whole story because he used to live here, and then was that dude his bitch ass manager basically got him fired. Was just kept on hounding him and getting on his head and stressed him the fuck out. Had him drugged the fuck up because he was dependent on weed and some other shit just to cope with all of his work days. Because he was just trying to show up to work, but it's like, hey, how? When you're asking me to show up to, they were asking him to show up to work, but every time he'd show up to work, he'd have a new um, court date kind of thing to deal with his manager, and then the court time and the whole hearing time and all this interrogation stuff started to seep away and take away from his actual work hours. So it just made him kind of like drug dependent, if you will, or like weed dependent. It's not really a drug, but it's just he became weed dependent. So and it was funny because the manager was like started smelling the weed on him and on his clothes because he's smoking more often at the house. And was like, "Oh, you bringing the weed into the building?" He's like, "No, he's not. It's just on your clothes, bro." Motherfuckers that are trying to get by are living in a studio, if not a one-bedroom apartment. So it just be on people's clothes, whether you can air the room out or not. So it was a whole situation that just got him out of the door. So he got fired. He kind of did it to himself a little bit, but nonetheless, when that shit started happening, it was just some bullshit. I was like, bro, this manager is on some bullshit. He's trying to get you out of here. He got everyone else out of here. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? This shit is crazy. So anyway, manager was getting on him, stressed him the fuck out, and it forced him to move back home to the Bay Area. So this dude's over here living in the Bay Area, and like me and him, we would text each other all the time, and he actually got his life on track. Dude actually got his life on track. Like he was like, you know what, man, I got to take a step back. I got to move back around with family and reacclimate myself. Dude took him about like maybe a few months or excuse me, a few weeks to a month, and then literally within a month, he's like, yeah, man, I'm going to school right now. I'm getting all this stuff done. I got these certifications. So everything was going good, good, good. He's like, yeah, I'm a nursing assistant now, so I'm working at this hospital. I'm working over here at this clinic. Boom, boom, boom. Everything was working out. He got all the certifications. He was doing phlebotomy if necessary, but also he was a nursing assistant. So when you're a nursing assistant, you have both. You know what I'm saying? So he was able to certified phlebotomist as much as he was a little nursing assistant, whatever. So he had everything, man. And then out of nowhere, I think, to my understanding, all he's doing is like driving from his place or just somewhere else to either his aunts or his cousins. And then they said some people tried to rob him and they killed him all in the Bay Area. I was like, that's some bullshit. Fuck all that. Because in the first place, the reason why he moved to Seattle was to get away from the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because all the bullshit that he had kind of did already down there and was used to. He was like, I need to get away from this. I need to just live somewhere else. He still wanted to be on the West Coast because he wanted to be next to his family. But then, he was up here living for a while. He's trying to get his life on track over here. Started working out, finally got his job. Manager was on some bullshit, boop, boop, boop. You know what I'm saying? All that. Got him out of there. He ended up going back home around the same bullshit. And who knows, man? Who knows, man? I don't know. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. And that's how, I hear shit like that and I'm like, I just got to utilize my time, man. I'm not even going to complain. I'm not even going to fucking complain. I'm just telling you what it is. You understand? There's a difference of like understanding what it is to what's really happening. So I think about that shit. That should be on my mind some days, man. It's like these motherfuckers were given a fighting chance. Like this is someone who like from their whole life up to like maybe their late 30s. Because I think he was in his late 30s up to that point. You know what I'm saying? He doing a lot of things that are hindering himself and sending him backwards, backwards, backwards. But the moment he starts getting shit on, under control and start getting his life together and really doing a more positive route, just the most positive route, the highest positive route, motherfucker gets gunned down. That shit crazy. Shit crazy. But anyway, shit like that. That happened like last month or something. I think it was sometime last month or March. So I had been away from the job for like a month when we found out this information that he died. So then I'm over here like, damn, that's crazy. So I called this dude that, me and him used to work with our dead, our friend Sahil that passed away, I should say. We both used to work with him together. And I called him and right away he picks up, like I said, yeah, right away he picks up. He goes, damn, I already know. Shout out to my guy, Big Mike. I already know what you calling for, man. You about to tell me something I don't already know or something. You want to ask me? And I was like, yeah, I just want to know. Like, what do you know? So he's saying the same shit. He's like, yeah, just heard he was on one way to another, and then someone killed him in the middle of all that. I don't know if it was his cousin's house or his aunt's house. They just killed him on the way. Tried to rob him all that. Just take this shit and go. Why you gotta catch a body? That shit was sad. So he's telling me this, and then he's talking shit. He's like, yeah, there's some older. I was saying, there's some people right here in the old department, man. They're over here talking about, oh, maybe he was on drugs or something. I was like, bro, even if he was, like, you don't deserve to go through that. Like, what are we talking about in terms of drugs, too? That's why it's crazy. They just made it about what it wasn't. They couldn't even grieve him. They couldn't even grieve him properly. They couldn't even respect his life. Because nobody, you understand, nobody that was still at the workplace. And mind you, I had left, I had been gone for like a month already. I was already gone for that whole month. So I'm getting this news like a month later. We're finding out this shit. And I'm like, bro, if I stayed at that job for one more month, if I was strong enough to stay at that job for one more month, but with all the bullshit that all the people I was willing to knock out, And then I heard that news, somebody's getting fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be tough. I'm just saying, like, if I had stayed one more month at that job and then right away I just hear all these old heads and all these fucked up people that all used to work, mutually work with him, start saying, "Oh, maybe it was drug." They're saying all this disrespectful shit about someone who just died. Yeah, I would have snapped. I would have really crashed out. So that kind of is one of those weird things that kind of just let me know, like, yeah, you left at the right time because you would have really snapped. And then that whole thing, just I don't know, man, honoring that man's life and grieving him. I don't, I'm probably doing it more often than I realize, but it's just, I don't know if it's necessarily painful because me and him, like, this was weird, man. I never felt that close to him, but I know at work, like, he trusted me the most. Like, he would always kind of just, checking with me. Like, there's times he'd be going through shit, whether it be a relationship or just something going on in life. He'd come to my department. I was like, bro, just sit down, man. Just sit down for a second. Like, you ain't got to do nothing, right? You ain't got no calls, right? Nobody called him to go deliver nothing. I was like, bro, just sit down for a second. Let's just talk. Let's just rap, man. I just, play some comedy for him or just play like a little, we just talk about life, man. And he's on some man shit. He trying to take care of shit. He just like everyone else. So he had a hard time digesting stuff. But I was like, bro, I'm here, bro. I'm in this department. If I'm here, just come talk to me. If I'm here, just come talk to me, man. So it's funny because like when he died, like one of these ladies that I used to work with or in proximity to, out of nowhere, she texted me talking about, hey, what happened to him? And I'm looking through my text thread. I'm like, all the times I had texted and called her to see if she needed help with something or to see if she could help me with something, and she never responded. And out of nowhere, she coming with this bullshit like, "Hey, what happened? What happened to him?" You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Bitch came out of nowhere with this shit. I'm looking at this shit, and I'm like, hold on. Also, when I was going through my little drama in the workplace, when I was going through my little drama, it's funny because like I'm over here going through shit, and she was over here picking sides with the retarded bitches. I was like, you over here picking sides with them? You know what I'm saying? But you know me. Like, bitch, I did shit for your birthday, and I took you out. Took you and everyone else out for certain dinners and shit like that outside of work. But you taking the side of these new people that got an opinion about some shit, you could easily come to me and confirm that shit. But people want to sit there and take sides. So I was like, I can't even be around an environment where people are unaccountable for shit like that. You know what I mean? So it let me know. But I swear to God, every single day and every week, I'm giving a sign. It's the funniest shit, bro. I'm giving a sign, if not a message. People just like, yeah, yeah. Be careful when you mix in with these people. Be careful when you tap in with these people at work. Be careful having a job in general. So all these different, you know what I'm saying? All these different like signs and information is just kind of, compounded, and it lets me know, like, bro, I don't know, it's weird. It reaffirms this decision and choice. And sometimes I'm like, maybe I'm not creating the actual or creating it if not making the right choices as of now. But I will say, like, I'm just staying in motion. You understand? Just keep it in motion, bro. That's the other thing, is you just stay in motion. It's easier said than done, man. I forgot what the fuck we was talking about. See, that's why you can't ask me no job shit. My God, what's going on? Mello, Mello, welcome back. You know, it's crazy, man. That's really the time I'm on. That's really the time I'm on. Welcome back, Mello. I've seen you in a long time. Mello, I ain't seen you in a long time unless you got multiple accounts. Let me know if you do. But shit, man. I'm gonna show you how to utilize time every day. This is what it's gonna look like. Everything you see within the next year to whenever, it's gonna be like this. It's gonna be just like this, locked in, creating. You know what I'm saying? Creating, uploading, producing, all that. All right, we'll do. Yeah, let me know. I appreciate you being here though, Mello. I don't even remember what I asked. I was just like rambling the whole time. That shit crazy. That's what I'm dealing with, man. That's what I'm on. I low-key do want to get another quesadilla. I'm not gonna lie. After like going to that truck the other day, like, that's a good ass truck, man. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. I don't know if you I don't know who was here in the last one, but like I went to this taco truck. I was on live. I was about to end it, and then I saw the taco truck. I said, "Ooh, ooh, ooh!" So I went over there, grabbed like 3 tacos because I was on there with Max. Max was like, "You should order the tacos." I'm like, "All right." I ordered 3 tacos. I ate them. And I was sitting there, I was still kind of hungry. My stomach was hurting, but I was still hungry. And I was like, you know what, bro? I'm about to get a quesadilla. That's what I originally thought, and I'm about to eat both. I ate both of them. I was doing all right that whole day. I did pretty good. But yeah, man, that's the time I'm on, man. I'm gonna be locked in every day, just like this. However this look and what it be like, it's gonna be that way, man. Hey, man, if you just dropping in, if you know whatever it is, you just dropping in, you hear from the playback, go ahead and double tap that joint, man. Double tap the screen for me, whatever. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that. Anyone here from the playback, anyone dropping in, whatever. I appreciate it, man. I'm just, I'm sitting here rapping about life. You ask me a question, I might have an answer. Really depends what it is. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, man. Gotta stay focused right here. Get them reps up, get them numbers up, consistent type shit, man. You're gonna see some every day. You see some form of something every day. It's crazy because the momentum for Beyblade has been kind of up. You know what I'm saying? Just for myself, my own channel, it's like, and I'm just doing unboxings. Like, all I'm really doing is like the unboxing stuff. And I don't, I'm speaking about my own opinion on it, but I'm not really like, I don't know, I'm not really biased. Like, I'm not, there's certain people that are like hating on certain blades and certain whatever. And I'm like, I'm not into that. I just find my favorites and I like them. And all the other ones, I respect them. I respect them enough to do the Dronzer Cup. I'm doing those Dronzer Cup videos. You know what I'm saying? I got to work on that more because my live doesn't work at the house anymore. So I got to just, do this. But yeah, man, I got to remember, though, that's the thing is like, even in the whole, scheme of job searching and stuff, I got to be mindful of like, you got to remember if you tap into a new place, you end up seeing something or dealing with something you don't want to deal with. Because I had dealt with it to the highest degree in this kind of environment that got real toxic real quick. You know what I'm saying? Being fair with people. So shit. And that's my life, man. That's how it be. That's how it be. I ain't gonna lie, man. See, I'm not perfect because see, you put the same predicament and situation in someone else's hand, they're gonna be the best people. They're gonna be the best positive people about it, not me. Shit, you hit me with some fire, man. I'm burning something on real serious. I got you, bro. Ooh, try to hit me with something, I got more flames, bro. I'm playing that game. That's my issue. I'll be ping ponging in the worst way, in a negative way. So that's how I know, like, I gotta avoid it because I'm gonna try to meet people halfway, and that ain't good. It's not healthy. You know what I mean? You're really not supposed to fire fire with fire. You're really not. It's been said before, but you're really not. You know what I mean? It might start raining. Hold on. It might start raining actually. Yeah. And some days it be like this, man. The type of talk, it ain't meant for everybody. It ain't meant for everybody. Whoever that, the lone soul up in here chilling, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for being here. Whoever that lone soul is, man. You a real one just for being here. I don't care nobody say. That's the most, my utmost appreciation always goes to that one soul. I always have an idea who it is, but I never know who it is. But it's always that one. My bad, I'm out of the shot. It's always that one. You know what I mean? Always that one. Every live I do, man, I have an idea who they are, but they never want to reveal themselves. That's the funny part. That's the funny part. It's like I feel like I know who you are. You know what I'm saying? I be having all these aphids and random. Get out of here, bro. Come on, bro. Got these aphids and shit on my backpack. Get out of here. Come on, dog. Let's go. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Come on. It's just bugs and shit, man. If I was a Pokemon gym leader, though, I'd be Koga. If I was a Pokemon gym leader, I'd be Koga, man. Bugs and poison. Bugs, poison that use psychic moves, shit like that. Throw them off there. We're doing poison paralysis, sleep. How you want it, man? Straight manipulation games. We're doing it like that. I'd be Koga of the Elite Four. When Koga went to the Elite Four, I was like, oh, it's over. there's anyone that deserved to be in the Elite Four, it was Koga. I don't care what they say. I gotta revisit Gold version because I'm trying to remember who was first on deck. I think it was Will. Will was the ice ice trainer or something. I think he used ice or water. So when like Will, Koga, Bruno, Agatha or something, and then Lance for gold and silver. That's how it was. That's what it was. Yeah, it's getting chilly though, man. What the fuck? I was saying we had a 74 degrees like on Tuesday. So how many days ago was that? About 5. And now we back down to 60s, man. But yeah, that's the other goofy part, man. At my age, like having a place to vent and be heard, you got to pay for. Cause ain't no friends and ain't nobody got time for this shit. Ain't no so-called friends, ain't no so-called family got time to hear that shit. And when they do, they're just like, whatever. I got motherfuckers in my life that put in less work than me, type shit, just in general. And I ain't shit talking. I'm just being honest. And it's like motherfuckers ain't got the time and capacity. You got all the time in the day in the world, but it comes down to really just personal threshold and personal capacity. So this is what it looks like right here, man. Breaking these barriers, getting this done, getting the work done, trying to do things righteous. I ain't trying to do no, tagline kind of viral moments. I ain't doing no clickbait shit. I'm gonna tell you what I'm tapping in with. I'm gonna tell you how I feel about something. I'm not gonna sit here and say something and apologize about it in the future. Like, nah, I'm telling you exactly what it is, man. What you see is what you get for real. That's what it is, man. From the crown to the root, like I said, man, we're going up floors. Really, you understand that? When you go from one story to the next, that's what it is, from crown to the root. Not the root to the crown. The root to the crown is one story. That's only one story. But right now, this is the crown to the root, man. You go from one story to the next. Towers of this shit, you know what I'm saying? Towers. And it really started to click because I was playing Dragon Warrior Monsters too. Like I said, Kobe's journey. Playing that Kobe's journey. What happened in the meantime? What happened in the middle of all that in the mix? What's going on, bruh? We dungeon crawling. We're in them towers, mastering floors, going through all of them, up and down. We get what we need. We open the treasure chest. We get where we need to go. We training, staying consistent until we run out of keys, man. Till you run out of keys, man. Like I said, from C to C, man. You play the chromatic scale. You play piano. Shit, I only did one, like damn near. I did half a quarter. I think I told you about that. I signed up for piano class, right? January 2020. So the quarter was going. The quarter for piano classes from January to like March, if not April. But it's pretty much March until because your spring quarter starts in April, right? So I started in January 2020, my piano class. I paid 25, $50 to get access to the piano room. What am I doing after class? I'm in the piano room mastering, just trying to figure it out. I'm like, okay, I understand the major and minor. Let me just keep practicing because I know for me, I need the most practice because I need to do something consistently. I can't just learn it one day and then know right away. I got to consistently do something in order to get better at it. I got access to piano room. February comes around. I got access to piano room. I'm just, boom, just training, working on the piano stuff, working on chromatic scale, major, minors, all that. Just simple stuff. All the beginning stuff you learn piano, I'm learning. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to become a better beat maker, a better musician. By the time March comes around, my teacher was like, listen, I am not leaving the house. I don't want to go back to the school. I don't want to be in public. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry that we have to cut the quarter short. This pandemic is hitting everyone around the world right now. You guys all get a passing grade. I was like, hold on, what? Because I was ready to take the final test. I was ready to take the final test for that quarter because it's piano one. You know what I'm saying? 101, 102, 10, you know what I'm saying? You got to keep doing every quarter. That was supposed to be the start of my piano journey for that year. I was like, let me go back to school. Pandemic threw a wrench and all that shit, bro. We got to figure something out. This is why I'm doing this, man. Otherwise, I'd just been doing music. I'm still doing it. Don't get me wrong. My homie's mixing my album right now. And I'm going to get that album back on Monday, but it's just some shit, man. It's always something. You know what I mean? It's always something. 2018, what? 2018, grandpa dies, man. We trying to figure that out. Trying to learn how to live without him. He was the holder of history, man. He had the history of the whole family and shit. How we got here type shit. How it all started. Back in the 30s. Family damn near been here for 100 years. First time type shit, right? Pandemic, boom. 2020, 2 years later, pandemic. 2022, mom dies, boom. What we got next, man? I ain't got nothing but good shit to look forward to. Nothing but grief, man. Mixed in with all that. And just being honest about it. Thin line between grief and love, man. Heart chakra, the center. That was the center of the floor right there. That's what I'm saying. Now we're saying crown of the root. Because we're going from one story to the next. First story, now we're on second story. Let's get to it, man. Stop playing them games. That's why the Eagles was visiting me, man. During that time period, the Eagles kept visiting me because they was letting me know, I was like, bro, this is the crown, right? So get on that crown floor and get out there. Next floor, let's go. Next story, let's go. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna kill this in a second. Hey, man. But that's where I'm at with it, man. You asking me them questions, that's where I'm at with it. That's how I'm feeling. And forgive me to like everyone else that tapped in. Hey, Cash, if you see this, Cash, forgive me because I thought the I thought my chat had froze, but I didn't realize that more people were typing. For some reason, it was stuck on the chat that got that I hid because I tapped the phone on the chat, so then it just stayed froze right there. But I didn't realize I had to scroll more, so my bad. I might have been talking for like a good 5 minutes or whatever. It's starting to rain, so that's a sign, man. Get back to the house and do my thing. I'm gonna call somebody. I gotta call somebody right now though. But there it is, right there. I'm in the shop. I'm not in the shop. I'm like zoomed in, zoomed out, whatever. Yeah, man. Hey, man. I was dropping in and out. I appreciate it, man. Ain't no likes, ain't no love on the chat, huh? Ain't no likes, no love on the live. No likes, no love on the live. Keep that energy then, man. Fuck what they talking about. They ain't talking about none. I might call it later tonight. We'll see. It's starting to rain right now, so we'll see. I might have to be suited up for when it gets cold. But like I said, they're asking me if I want to show up at night. It is bad timing right now. It is bad timing right now, and it's the weekend, so it's understandable. But yeah, it is what it is. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace.